Hey, what is happening, you Alpha Apalm? Today, I'm coming at y'all with my updated Slowking build. Before we jump into though, and I break it all down, huge shout out to the Dragon Shield, of course, for being a sponsor of the channel. Got a ton of TCG accessories over there, binders, mats, deck boxes, and of course, most importantly, they got sleeves, and they got so many different sleeves to take a look at and choose from. So many different styles on top of all the different colors they have as well. They got classics, dual mats, and the non-glares. I'm personally fond of their matte and non-glare sleeves if you're looking for a recommendation on style. And then from there, whatever color speaks to you is the one you should go with. But with all the different styles and all the different colors, they definitely have something for everyone over there at dragonshield.com. Link, of course, will be in the description, and code AzulGG will get you a discount over there as well. So Slowking, it's been around for a while. I'm not going to dive too deep into the build overall, because like obviously got 4 Lily, 3 Cypher Maniacs, 4 Pokepad, 4 Ultra Ball. I will say that there has been some newer builds coming out with like the Dunsparce and the Enriching Energy, and I have given them a try, and I think they are just worse than this build, the Kangaskhan build here, where that's like more of the focus of the draw power. I think the Buddy Poffin, play the 70 HP Slowpoke, play the Dunsparce, play Enriching Energy, play Hilda. It's just a worse overall build. Just doesn't function as consistently and as aggressively and as everything. It's just worse. So I think this is still the go-to way to play the Slowking deck. I got a 4-3 Slowking in here. I do play the Mega Slowbro. This is basically just a tech for the Festival Lead matchup. Festival Lead's like a pretty hype deck right now. Although, when I played this on ladder, I didn't hit a single Festival Lead. So I don't know if we've kind of moved on from the Festival Lead hype or not. But yeah, I played against literally 0 Festival Leads on ladder when I was playing this deck. So maybe the Mega Slowbro is not worth the inclusion. I do think that's like the only matchup where you would want, the only matchup that warrants including this card. If Festival Lead kind of dies down in popularity and hype, I would probably just cut this card for, you could go for another tech card, like a Shaman, a 3rd Night Stretcher wouldn't be just a bad neutral inclusion. But yeah, I don't think I'd play the Mega Slowbro if Festival Lead dies down in popularity. But it's been pretty hype recently, so I had it in there. 4 Mega Kangaskhan. A lot of people have been gravitating towards the 4 Mega Kangaskhan because opening Mega Kangaskhan is a really, really big deal in the deck, and I tend to agree. I think it is pretty good. I did at one point have 3 Kangaskhan and 2 Meowth, and that was because I found myself more often having to use Meowth in the early game to like set up and play the game. And when I initially went back to trying out this deck, I did go with 4 Kangaskhan, 2 Meowth, but I found pretty early on that I didn't need to use Meowth turn 1 as often as I usually did, and that's because we open Kangaskhan so much more often, which just gets us into the game, gets us going, and we don't have to use a Meowth early game that then takes away our Meowth late game to be able to close out games. So we'll always have our Meowth in the deck throughout the game to be able to close out games in the mid-late game. So when we have the 4 Kangaskhan, 1 Meowth feels like that's all we need to consistently be able to find what we want throughout a game of Pokemon. So 4 Kangaskhan, 1 Meowth, 1 Fez, 1 Clefairy, of course, got the 2 Latias and 2 Kyurem, of course, as the one of the attacking options. Then for the other attacking options, I'm currently rocking Metagross and Zeraora. Now, I do have yet to use the Zeraora in the long session of games that I played with it. I'm still not sold on cutting it yet, though. I wouldn't cut it quite yet. But if I did cut it, it would probably just be for a second Metagross or some other attacker to include in the deck. Not a huge fan of either Annihilate right now. The only reason I could see wanting to include the Fighting Annihilate, where it knocks out both active Pokemon, would be if it makes a big enough difference in the Mega Excadrill matchup, and that matchup is popular enough. I think it could be warranted to include the Annihilate, but in my experience, that matchup is still already favored without it. So I don't think I'd want to go the route of including a card that makes a matchup more favored when it's basically only good in that matchup. There's like no other matchup that the card is good in. And then the Psychic Annihilate, one of the main reasons to include the Psychic Annihilate is to have a better Festival Lead matchup, and we're already teching in the Mega Slowbro, so I don't really want to put too many cards into the deck for the Festival Lead matchup overall. So definitely have an extra attacking slot here in the Zeraora currently. It maybe should just be a second Metagross. Like I said, I don't think I used the Zeraora a single time during the last session I played with this deck on ladder, so might not be worth it. Doesn't really feel like it comes up that often. I mentioned the support account already in terms of the consistency supporters, Lily and Cypher. I do have a Surfer in here. I do like having at least two mobility cards in the deck. And I like Surfer because if we get Unfair Stamped or red carded in the mid-late game, being able to go Meowth for Surfer through Ultra Ball or the Meowth itself is really, really nice to then switch our Slowking out of the active and then draw some cards, get into Kangaskhan, draw some more cards. We might not attack that turn, but getting reset up from there becomes a lot easier through that Surfer play. I do have one Petrol in here over like the 4th Cypher Maniac that a lot of people usually play. I think if I cut the Petrol, it would probably just be for the 4th Cypher Maniac. I'm just kind of a big fan of the Petrol and the way it kind of synergizes with the draw sequence of our turns in the mid-late game. Like we want to use flip the script, and then we want to use run errand, and then at the end of the sequence we can use Petrol or Meowth for Petrol to find that last piece we need to close games out. Whereas something like the Cypher Maniac's code breaking, we have to draw that before we Kangaskhan, and if we just don't draw before we Kangaskhan, even if we draw into an out for the Meowth off the Kangaskhan, we're not going to be able to use Meowth to use Cypher Maniac, but we can use Meowth to use Petrol, and then Petrol becomes that last piece we need, like a Stadium or a Night Treasure or something like that. 4 Pokepad, 4 Ultra Ball for the Pokemon Search, 3 Wonders Patch, of course. Only 2 Night Treasure currently. I just kind of wanted to go as minimal as possible with that count and just see how it felt. And so far, I have ran out of resources in a game or two, but that's because of my own mistakes and not the deck being like, well, you don't play enough resources. So far, 2 Night Treasures have been more than enough for the recovery, to be honest. Like, we have enough attacking options and energy in the deck and stuff like that for the deck to function with only on 2 Night Treasure. So I could see going up to a 3rd, but as of right now, I'm not convinced we actually need it. For the A-Spec, I've been a fan of different A-Specs in the past, the Prime Catcher, the Scoop Up Cyclone. I've never put a ton of games in with the Secret Box, I feel like, so I decided that would be one of the goals for playing games with this deck most recently, and it was fine. The Secret Box didn't feel like too ridiculously powerful. I think the one that probably has the highest impact on our games, like the one with the highest ceiling, is Scoop Up Cyclone. I'm fairly convinced that Prime Catcher is not worth it, at least in this build. I could see if you play like the Drapion build with like Monkey Dory and all that, the Prime Catcher has more value. Being able to bring up targets off your opponent's bench to then trap in the active with Drapion is kind of cool. So I'm definitely in between Secret Box and Scoop Up Cyclone right now, and I'm not really sold on one or the other by any means. The cool thing about Scoop Up Cyclone, it's also a pseudo mobility card, so that opens up like potentially +1 place in the deck. Of course, the combo potential of Secret Box is very cool in terms of getting set up and playing the game. I don't actually have any tool cards in the deck currently because I think they're all pretty underwhelming. Power Glass is okay, Lucky Helmet's okay, Brave Bangle's pretty useless. So yeah, I'm very underwhelmed by all of the options, so I've opted to just not play any of them currently. 4 Stadium, of course, and then 4 Telepathic, 4 Basic Psychic, and 3 Boomerang. I was like switching in and out between a Power Glass and a 3rd Boomerang energy, but overall, I kind of just like increasing my energy count to not whiff my energy attachment for the turn. Like I said, the tool cards are all pretty underwhelming. I could even see like Air Balloon being okay as an inclusion in the deck as well. One of the problems with the Lucky Helmet right now is a lot of games against Pult end up with them playing for like a Cruel Arrow play after you use your initial Kyurem play. So like you Kyurem, KO a bunch of things, draw a bunch of prize cards, and the turn before you do that though, they try and attach to Pheasantipity, and then crisp into Pheasantipity next turn, and they start Cruel Arrow in your bench around your Slowking that has a Lucky Helmet. But sometimes they only have like the Unfair Stamp into Itchy Paw in your active play, and then in that situation, the Lucky Helmet is pretty good if they don't have like a Jamming Tower, because you'll be drawing multiple cards. But usually in that situation, they actually just don't Itchy Paw on you if you have the Lucky Helmet on your active. So if you draw into items, cool, but there's not even that good of items to draw into to begin with off of the Unfair Stamp or Special Red card, so you're not going to have that much to work with anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really underwhelmed by tool cards. I know it seems a little bit weird or maybe even silly to play Secret Box without a tool card, but by the other cards that it finds are the important cards. The Stadium, the supporter card, and the item card are the important cards. The tool card always felt out of place to begin with. You never got that much value out of the tool card you're finding off Secret Box. So don't have one in here currently, but obviously we would like to have one. It just doesn't feel like there's any one that's worth playing in the current metagame. Nope, that's it. That's a 60. Let's jump into some action, show you all how it runs. I'll also have some more gameplay with this build over on the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2. Link in the description for that. And let's get into it. Oh shit, my opponent's playing some bullshit. I did check their name. No switch to get Mega Slowbro ready? No. Not like a... Switch Up in general is an okay card. Yeah, I don't know. The card's okay. Fourth Kangaskhan right there. That's the 4th one, yeah. Some people try and claim this isn't the 4th Kangaskhan, but they're wrong. Well, actually, I probably should bench... Ooh, it's actually like an interesting... I think I should bench a 3rd Slowpoke because they could have Boss, Evolve. It's unlikely, but it's possible. I should also put basic energy in the discard pile because they could KO that. So they have a judge in hand, so I'm probably getting judged. I kind of want to bench the... this is interesting. So they Poke Geared for judge. I mean, do they ever have evolve boss in this 5-card hand? It's super unlikely. Because I kind of want to bench Fez, but I want to leave a bench open for Meowth as well. So I'm thinking I go like Ultra Ball away these two. I'm getting judge. It shuffles the deck anyway, so I should take a card I would want. So I guess I take Meowth. And then I bench Fez, and then I pass. It's fine. So Azul definitely drives a truck. Not anymore. I used to, though. Yeah, no Smoochum. I mean, Smoochum is good in the deck. Smoochum becomes better if you play Mega Slowbro, but it's like not necessary. Yeah, Smoochum is good in the deck. Smoochum gets better if you play the Mega Slowbro. It's still, like, I'm not convinced that it's like a necessity in the deck, though. Oh my gosh, this hand, it just has Kangaskhan. That is not good. Did you see that the Recife regionals are going to take place on the same day as the Brazilian presidential elections? No, but someone else mentioned that in my chat at a previous point. Like, people who are not from the city basically will have to choose between voting or playing day 2. Well, I didn't know that was, like, the outcome of it, but now I know. I mean, another reason to be able to do, convince, what's it called? Another reason that mail-in voting is pretty good, so you can play day 2 of your regional. Did I just draw first? I would draw first, right? Can you vote in advance? I mean, I don't know if you can. Might just be a US thing. I mean, it's just got to be draw first. Does it have to be? I mean, Surface team's so weak here. It's got to be draw first. Sick. Sick. Dude, what the fuck do I do here? Not good. I mean, they have a 1-card hand. Dude, they gave me some garbage. I think I go this, Slowpoke. I don't want to evolve this to the king. Kind of want to save this king for this Slowpoke. And I think I just Surfer to the poke. Oh, but now they can KO Slowpoke, and then I can't cure them next turn. But then if I retreat, oh, I got a Wondrous Patch. And then I go Wondrous Patch to my... I didn't even, like, think about that. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Then we punch them. They could still wipe both Slowpokes off the map. So I think I have to evolve. Oh, no, but this doesn't really change if they get to KO them both, right? They still get to KO both my Slowpokes. So evolving that to Slowking, it makes no sense, actually. All right, cool. That's a pretty good draw. I didn't even, like, think about that as a draw. I already turned it off, J-Double. So now they're just gonna KO both. I get to KO their Starmie though. Oh, that's their whole hand though. Okay. At least to purge YouTube chat, to be honest. This place is cooked. Wait, they didn't do it. They're just trolling. They should have killed my Slowpoke here for sure. Yeah, my poke should be dead here. I could have played the Nitrogen there for the Slowking. I didn't check my prize cards though, so I just don't know what is prize and what isn't. I really want to use... I don't want these Duskulls and Dusclops to pop off. But I did whiff. Not good. And my hand is huge, but they went down to a 1-card hand. Wait, replace this. Ultra Ball away these two. I should play around... what's it called here? Yeah, just knockout, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation. Oh wait, I just went up to 6. They still KO me with Mega Frostlass. So I had to Academy at night a card from my hand on top of the deck. I forgot I was drawing prize cards. So yeah, I should have done that. I don't think Baby Chicken is good in Pult Chicken because you'll never set it up. Or to ever set up. I mean, hopefully they don't have it. I can just hard retreat knock them. Like if they just punch my active here, they take the recoil damage. And then I can just hard retreat knock them out with Metagross. How can we beat Extra Joe with Slowking? Just cure them all their stuff off their bench and then punch them in the active hard. Unfortunately, I do have to hard retreat the active, which means it could get stuck, but I still have a switch left in the deck. Or a Scoop Cyclone. Which I actually could put on top of the deck right now. So I can go... I can go... Attach... Cypher Maniac, cure him into Scoop Up Cyclone. Retreat. Oh, no way. I didn't want to cure him here, though. I want to just KO their active. That would give me 3 prize cards, which shuts off the Dust. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to... All right, I don't know. I should have put Scoop Up Cyclone and then something else. And then I should have just... Academy Knight. I want to just Metagross their active there. I think that was the better play was the Metagross the active. But, sure, I guess. Why not? We're still in a very good spot at this point. Like I'm not like stressing, but could have been better. Well, the problem with this play is now they can retreat to Mega Frostlass and go Mega Frostlass knockout. And I can't KO the Mega Frostlass immediately, so it gives my opponent another turn to play the game. But if I KO the active, I literally have infinite ways to win the game next turn. Oh no, I don't have infinite. I have a Kyurem way to win the next game. I actually can't win the game next turn if they just retreat to Mega Frostlass. So my opponent gets guaranteed back-to-back turns here. Yeah, should you have done both snow runs? Oh yeah, I could have just done both snow runs. Yeah, I could have done that. That would have done the same thing, yeah. But KOing their setup attacker is just better. I should just KO their setup attacker, because then if they want to attack, they need so much. I'm enjoying the Grim list, but basically always lose to Exadrill and Slowking. Is there room for Shaman? I mean, yeah, if you want to add Shaman, yeah, you can. There's never a question is there room? The question is it correct? All right, chat, we're going to go over this one again. There's no such thing as is there room in the Pokemon TCG. There's only the question of is it correct? If you find that you're losing... Do I just guaranteed win here? I don't guaranteed win, right? What I put Scoop Cyclone and something else? I should KO the active to win, though. And I'll finish my rant here in a second. Finish the rant in a second. All the time. I don't know. What do I need? I just need the Metagross, right? So I just get rid of these. Oh, I have the Wonders Patch in my fucking hand. What was I going to Ultra Ball for? A cat? Got him. I did BM, but it wasn't an intentional BM. Yeah, the Kangaskhan attack there was definitely questionable, but I think they had to do it. I think they need to play the game. They had to retreat. Questionable in general, though. I do want +1 Slowpoke. I could thin that out first, I guess. Seems fine. I prize a poke. I prize Metagross again. Dude. Metagross, what the... Take a look here. 3, 7, 2... Prize 2 stadium or 1 stadium? 1 stadium. Prize a Night Stretcher. I don't know, some other stuff. Prize a cat. Where's here? All my Kangaskhan's are here. Lovely, lovely. Metagross cursing you for cutting his twin from the deck. True. It's possible. Is there a specific reason you're only playing the one Metagross? Try and make the deck work with just one Metagross. For a ghost flavor? Orange cream. Or orange creamsicle, whatever it's called. It's probably called orange cream. Oh, we hit a mirror match. Oh, sick. One of my favorite... Dude. Mirror match is so terrible. Is Colress a good card to grab? Academy and Telepathic? It is good to grab... It would be a good card to grab those 2 cards, but it's not worth playing in the deck. I think I just leave the Smoochum, right? Ooh, okay. Got Boomerang. Evolve Boomer. I can just draw first here. Oh my gosh, dude, I did it again. Dude, I can't move my active. Oh my gosh. Dude, how do I move my active? He's stuck. Ultra for Ultra? No, because I need too many cards. Oh, I can go for the YOLO. Hold up, I can go for the YOLO. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we're gonna Petrol for Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball. No, it's not fine. It is not fine, chat. I'm missing a card currently. I am currently lacking a card. We just have to hope that Kyurem's on top of the deck. I don't know. Oh! Dude! Oh my god! That is insane! That is insane! Holy shit! That is absurd! Saved! I should have just ciphered for the cards I needed, but nope. Saved! Saved! Let's go! Could have been really bad. It could have been really, really bad. No, I don't think Shaman is worth playing in the deck for Mirror. I don't think teching for Mirror is worth it. Yo, appreciate the 8 months there. Tarky you. Appreciate 22 months there. Barcat. Appreciate the 6 months there. Marsupial. Yeah, that's actually absurd. With KOs, smooch them so they can't leave. Chaos Fusion so they can't leave Kang in the active this turn and drawing cards on their... Well, no, but they can't. It's the same thing, though, right, Scrub? Because if they don't bench Slowpoke, they lose. And if they bench Slowpoke, I have 4 prize cards to draw, right? I'm pretty sure it's literally just the exact same thing. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't hit a single festival lead. I mean, it's probably Dragon Ball, right? Tape up. No, it's not William. Oh. Okay. Donk. Not quite. Well, huh. I could just draw 2, or I could Ultra Ball first for Kyurem. Alright, Kyurem. As a Boomerang. Oh, I need Stadium as well. How'd I forget that? As a Wondrous Patch. Wait, what did I say I needed? Dude, am I just trolling? Wait, Stadium is the card I needed. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, what did I say I needed? Didn't I say I needed something else that wasn't Stadium? Dude, I'm losing my goddamn mind. I've just lost it, man. I don't know. Lost my goddamn mind. I swear I said I need a different